Welcome back to the Metronome Madness League. We got Shadow Squad going up against the Bee Gees. Bee Gees starting off the battle with their Starly, and it goes for Bar Barrage, which is super effective against Chespin. Big hit there. There goes the Magnemite now. And it goes for an Icy Wind. Super effective on Chespin again. Chespin getting hit hard. It's in the red. Wooper taking a little bit of damage from that move. There goes Chespin now with its first move of the battle. It's going to go for a Bug Bite, which is not very effective. Oh, but it did take the Pecha Berry off of the Starly. There goes the Focus Blast. Focus Blast neutral on Starly does a good amount of damage, and it is in the yellow. Here comes Starly now with a Curse. Starly gonna lower its speed in order to increase its attack and defense. We'll see if that helps it out as Magnemite takes its first turn. Magnemite gonna go for the Power Gem. Power Gem is not very effective on Wooper, but it is in yellow. Shadow Squad struggling a little bit here. There goes the Side Shot against the Starly. Starly in the red now. Wooper going next. Wooper going for a Tail Slap. That hits the Starly once, and then again, and Starly goes down. The first to faint is on the Bee Gees. So the Shadow Squad to get the upper hand here, but their Pokemon are at pretty low health as the Bee Gees send out their Graveler. Magnemite will take his turn, and it goes for a Sludge. Not very effective against Wooper. Would have knocked out the Chespin if it gone for it, but Wooper's in the red nonetheless. There goes the Scald, which is not very effective against Chespin. Probably should have used that against Wooper as Chespin gets to almost knock out the Magnemite with an Axe Kick. That was a good move. Magnemite in the red now. Heart Swap from the Wooper, switching stats with the Graveler there. Magnemite making use of its leftovers to heal back some health. Magnemite gonna go ahead and go for the Fire Punch, which is super effective. Don't think it mattered though, and Chespin will go down. Here comes the Graveler. Graveler going for a Tearful Look. And that will lower Wooper's attack. Or just attack the Wooper and knock it out, but you give it another chance to do damage as it goes for a Fire Blast. It was against the Graveler. It would have been smart to use it on Magnemite. Magnemite gets to heal one more time as Corvisquire comes out on the field for the Shadow Squad. Corvisquire gonna move first here. It goes for an Earthquake. That's gonna hit everybody on the field. It knocks out the Wooper, but it is super effective against Magnemite and Graveler. Magnemite will faint as well due to the Earthquake. Graveler actually not taking as much damage as the Shadow Squad would have liked. And it goes for an Aqua Ring. I would think an Aqua Ring would actually damage the Graveler rather than heal it, but that's not how the move works. So it will heal Graveler at the end of every turn. And Seadra comes out for the Bee Gees. Wow. The Sludge from this. The Seadra comes, it hits the Fracture. Excuse me. Fracture's now poisoned though, which is bad for the Shadow Squad. And the Toxic Threads coming from Corvisquire. So it's going to poison the Graveler. So now both sides of the field has a Pokemon that is poisoned. That could be dangerous for them. Fracture going to go for a Blaze Kick. Not very effective on the Graveler. Graveler takes its turn. It's going to go for an Infestation. So now Corvisquire will be hurt at the end of every turn as well. It gets hit by the Infestation while Fracture gets hit by the Poison. Not good for the Shadow Squad. They're going to have to do something to turn things around as their Pokemon are just being damaged here at the end of every turn. There goes the Seadra going for an Encore. That's of course going to fail. Everybody only has one move, and that's Metronome. There goes Corvisquire with the Heat Wave. Not very effective against both of those opponents, so won't really do much damage as Fracture goes for the Ancient Power. Again, not very effective against Graveler. Shadow Squad cannot get it together in this last leg of the battle. Here comes the Inferno. It is avoided by the Corvisquire. Corvisquire does not get hit by that, and here comes our end of battle HP changes as Graveler heals itself and then gets hurt by the poison, Fracture hurt by the poison, and then the Infestation on the Corvisquire. Here we go, Seadra Seadra going for the discharge that will hit everyone, but super effective on Corvisquire, doing a ton of damage. Corvisquire in the red now and is paralyzed. Good move by the Seadra. There goes the Fracture. Fracture gonna go for a Dragon Rush stab move against Graveler. Takes it out. Graveler is done. It is 2 against 1 now. Shadow Squad, they have low health, although they do both get to attack the Seadra. There goes the quick attack, barely doing any damage. And the poison on the Fracture. Seadra goes once again. This time, it goes for an Icicle Crash, which is super effective. Corvisquire is done. They didn't get a chance to double team that Seadra. Seadra knocks out the Corvisquire immediately, so Fracture has to go once again. It goes for a Force Palm. Does a decent amount of damage. Seadra below half health and paralyzed. That is good for a Fracture, but the poison is not. It only has 1 more turn. It'll have to do a lot of damage here to knock out. The Seadra goes for a... what was that? A lunge? Lunge. And that does not knock out the Seadra. The Iron Head will hit with a crit, and Fracture faints, giving the BGs a win.